Welcome to the Strength Connection podcast, a show to share stories, insights, and experiences from some of the greatest coaches in the world. I'm Michael Kurkowski, so grateful for you joining me today. And if you like this episode, please like, share, and subscribe to support the show. All right, let's dive in. Here we go. Welcome to the Strength Connection podcast, everybody. Frank Parisi, welcome to the show, brother.
Thanks, brother. Thanks for having me. I'm sorry that it took this long. I kept like rescheduling with you. I've been so busy.
Oh, dude, I've been so pumped to jam with you, and I knew we were going to do this, for a while. So I really appreciate you coming on and diving in, bro. I'll give you your flowers really right off the bat. Like since Jason, your partner, told me about you and the work that you're doing, I've been seeing the message that you're putting out here, and going over the journey that you've had in life. And to say it's inspiring, I think would be reductive on there. But dude, I just got to say, so pumped to have you on, and thank you for everything that you're doing already, bro.
Oh man, thanks for having me. And shout out to my brother Jason Turner, who's like, forget it. That's why I am who I am because of the men that I surround myself with.
No doubt.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
So, I mean, I want to ask you a lot about the backstory and everything from your life, but I guess I wanted to kind of start big picture with you. I was figuring out how to start this with you, but I mean, the impact and the influence that you're making now with your story and everything that you've gone through and the mission that you have, what would you say is the mission that you're trying to really embark on with the work that you're doing and the story that you're telling about your life?
Man, really, it's about helping people to realize how powerful they truly are and not to live in scarcity mindset, to realize that we are truly in a dream, creating it as we go along, and that when we could separate from fear, because it's not real. It's just the human emotion that holds us back. And really, truly, the message is like for me and for the world is like, all of us are limited by our traumas, our limited beliefs that were never ours to begin with, and our environment. And once we are able to heal all of that, then I truly know we're able to embrace abundance. And that's the message. And also it's like I passed away, brother, and I left here. So I have a perspective that most don't have. And people need to understand it's like I could use different analogies to everything. Go ahead. I could use different analogies to everything. Um, and it's like, you're the great I am, like in the Bible. Yes, that is true. We are the great I am. We are creative beings. You're Ready Player One, like the movie with the 3D. Like we're in virtual reality. Like whatever the analogy is, that's what it is. Because I was looking down at the body of Frank Parisi. So that means I'm not Frank Parisi.
Yeah.
I'm vibration, light, sound in this body. And the whole hack to this game of life is frequency. Because when I was sitting in the hospital, what healed me was gratitude.
Mhm. Yeah.
Being grateful in the sick, in the uck, serving in the uck. You know what I mean? Showing up as the greatest version of ourselves. And that's what I did. I created a coaching program around this, brother,
Mhm.
uh, to help people to embrace abundance. I take them through all my pillars of faith, family, health, hustle, and purpose to give them a new perspective on their life and their journey and where they're going.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do, raise the elevation because we stay stuck. I did for so many years
Mhm.
because I need to be near my family or I can't, I'm in fear of, stepping into abundance, stepping into the unknown
Mhm. Yeah.
until, for me, what really, and I've been about personal development, bro, and recovery for 14 years. But what really, really, really woke me up was when I went through everything that I went through.
Yeah. To give some context on that, if people don't know your story of this, I mean, you literally passed away and came
I
back.
died. Yeah,
Yeah.
I died on May 8th of 2023. I
Mhm.
died and I came back. God let me come back. The voice that I heard let me come back.
What happened? So, what happened in that process from there? So, I mean, you were feeling really sick for a while, didn't really know what was going on, and then all of a sudden, went in
Yeah.
and started to figure out some answers. What was the timeline of this happening for
Okay,
you?
so January of 2023, I develop a cough. So and I'm in Austin, Texas, with Central Texas. So it's a high allergy count here. And I get this every year at the same time, you know? And usually steroids a little prednisone usually knocks it out. They give me a B12 shot, and I usually get better in 3 days. But this thing kept going on. I went to one primary care physician, the steroids didn't work. I went to another one. They did more, allergy medication. I was like, you know what, this is getting worse. And then I was traveling. I was in like LA, Miami, New York, and the cough kept getting worse. And I get back from New York, Miami, and it's like I'm telling my wife, I said, we gotta go to a specialist now. This is months. Now, that's the crazy part about all this because I get into I'll tell you the whole story. I in February I was feeling sick. This whole story is divine, brother. It's not from here. Your listeners are gonna get their heads exploded. So in February, because I feel like I'm dying now, I literally felt like I was dying. But nobody believed me. I started to feel like disinterested with stuff as I'm being sick. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm,
I remember the Knicks were playing the Heat in the playoffs,
mhm,
and I was like, didn't even give a shit. Like you start to feel, but in February, because I was feeling disconnected, I wanted to be near my father for some reason, who died in 2020. So I booked an appointment with a medium in February, and the appointment's not until May. So now I have this cough. I'm traveling all over, blah, blah, blah. Now I go to the two primary care physicians. They don't know nothing. I book an appointment with a pulmonologist, a gastrointestinal, and a cardiologist. So I go to the pulmonologist. They say, I go to the gastrointestinal, everything comes back okay. I go to the pulmonologist. A week later, I have a cardiologist appointment. I
mhm.
go to the pulmonologist. They tell me that I have a rare pneumonia. They do all these tests. I get all these tests done on me. They say you have a rare pneumonia called organizing pneumonia. They put me on high dose steroids. They put me on 2,000 milligrams of amoxicillin, 60 milligrams of prednisone. They say you're going to be on this prednisone for 6 months. It's going to taper you down. And man, this cough was terrible, bro. Now I'm starting to cough orange stuff. It's like this orange, like phlegm that's coming up. I called the doctor back. I canceled the cardiologist appointment because I just went to a specialist who told me that I have organizing pneumonia. So I'm like, what am I going to go to the cardiologist for? I cancel it. And it's getting worse, the cough. Now I tell the doctor, listen, I'm coughing this orange stuff up. They give me more meds. So then I'm on the meds. I'm feeling terrible, brother. I mean, I feel like I'm dying. I can't eat. I'm throwing up. Finally, May 8th, I cough up a half a bottle, bro, a half a bottle of blood. Okay. And I go to the hospital. This is May 8th, 2023, brother. This is like a little over 2 years ago. And I go to the hospital in here in Austin, Texas, and they say, well, we have to admit you, you're not doing good. So they admit me, and my whole family is in New York, and I'm here. I have a 6-year-old boy at the time, and my wife, it's just me, my wife, and my son. And so they admit me into the hospital, and I'm there for hours. They say, Mr. Parisi, you have sepsis. So now they're treating me with fluid. My wife leaves because now she's got to be with my son, who's going to be with him. He's
Right.
out here by himself. My friend was watching him for the time. Our friend up the block, Crystal, who I love, and Brad Pearson. They're like family to me. And so she goes back. She goes back to the house, and then one of the nurses messes up. You see my arm, you
Yeah.
know. She puts the wrong pick in my arm. She did something wrong where she didn't mean to do it, but it happened, bro. You know what I mean? And she put the wrong. She never made it draw out, so the medication infiltrates my arm from the inside out. You know what I mean? No one wins, right? Like she's
Right.
gotta feel terrible.
Yeah,
My
absolutely.
arm. So now, now this is happening, and then finally they come in. A doctor finally realizes finally that Mr. Parisi, you don't have sepsis. You're still being misdiagnosed. You have 9% ejection fraction. Your heart, your liver, and your kidneys are failing. And of all the things that we have to do, brother, they're gonna take me to Not Austin. I say this story all the time. It's not Austin. It's not Houston. It's not San Antonio. It's not Dallas. It's Temple, Texas, a town of fucking
Like
30,000
25,000
people,
people.
25,000 people, bro. And they're like, this is what's gonna save your life. Could you imagine? Like, I mean, waking up on May 8th thinking, I mean, I'm sick, but I'm like, maybe I'm like, they're all telling me I'm all right. Like, I'm not
Mhm.
like, but I'm like, I feel like I'm dying. Now I know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never gonna be like listening to nobody.
Right,
When I know I feel like that, it's like, bro, go to the hospital right away. I got now what's beautiful is I have a whole team, like I 24/7.
right.
It's actually great for me. I
Mhm.
love them. I love all my nurses. I love you guys. So I love Dr. Hernandez and my whole team. They're like family. Forget about it, bro. So I go up and now a doctor's like, we're gonna ship you to Temple and dog, I get up there, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, the ambulance takes me up and my son, my wife is sitting there, bro. It's what saved my life. She's sitting there begging me to live, bro. She meets me there. I got 10 minutes with a picture of my son and she's begging me to live. And I got 10 minutes to sit with her and discuss life without me. I'm like trying to tell her, like, if I die, just do this with the finances, you know. Yeah, brother. Real shit.
Was
Real
that,
shit.
sorry to interrupt it, but was the doctors telling you like about the chances of this, or did you just know innately like
Absolutely.
this is
They are
not?
completely honest with
Yeah.
you. They say we have to put you on a ventilator and they have to tell you. And they said that we might have to put you on the most advanced form of life support called ECMO, which is what basically circulates my blood for myself because my heart wasn't pumping it. I had 9% ejection. The only thing that saved me was one God and my body. I worked out since I'm 14 because I grew up in a lot of trauma, dog. Like I have a different upbringing. We didn't even talk about that. But um so now I'm in this ventilator and I die. Last thing I remember is this doctor's face, like with the mask on and crazy, bro. And I leave my body and I'm with my friend who passed away and everything's dark, but there's no body. Like, like I feel him
Mhm.
and I know who he is. And he's to take me to what's next. There's a voice that's saying he's here to take you to us. And I am looking down now. Everything's dark, bro. This is my experience. I talked to other people that have had, like, there's different experiences.
Right.
I'm looking down, like, you have visions. I'm looking down at me and my wife. I'm on a ventilator and she's curled up in the couch in a room. And I have a vision of my son growing up without me. He's with another man. And I said, I let me come back, please. And God, whatever, let me come back. So now I'm in the fucking bed, brother, and I'm like, maybe that didn't happen because,
Sure.
this is, so because I'm not like, so I come back and I'm in a bed now for 9 days, bro. And doctors are walking in with hazmat suits, and my room's boarded up. And they're saying that the reason is because they think the orange stuff that I'm coughing is tuberculosis. They
Mhm.
think I have an infectious disease. They're still misdiagnosing me. There's one doctor that was like off the rip, and I love you, Dr. Hernandez, my brother. I'm gonna see him next week because I gotta get a biopsy soon. And he kept telling me you might need a heart transplant. And 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 I'm like, what is going on? I got doctors walking in. I got all the infectious disease doctors, heart failure doctors, heart transplant doctors, all coming in with hazmat suits, all trying to figure out what the fuck is wrong with me.
Yeah.
Dr. Hernandez had it right from the beginning, but Now, here's the other crazy part about all this. There was a doctor that's not there no more. His name was Dr. Reddy. He reversed everything that night. He saw that the 17 liters of fluid that they pumped were actually made heart failure worse, and he reversed it. He's not there no more. He brought his whole entire team from New York, from Mount Sinai. There was like a team of 8 doctors that worked on me from New York City. This is the
In
wildest
Temple,
fucking shit.
Texas.
In Temple, Texas, right? What's the odds of all this, right? Um, by the way, my niece is with me 2 weeks before while I'm dying, who's needed a kidney transplant all life. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Right? So now, now they're like, telling me either you need a heart transplant here or you got some tuberculosis. So I'm sitting in here for 9 fucking days in a bed, bro. And what's the odds of this? What's the odds of this? Like, I'm at this point now. I'm like open to whatever, God.
Yeah.
What's the odds I got the appointment with the medium that I
Oh,
booked in February
yeah.
while I'm fighting for my life in the bed? I haven't gotten out of the bed in 9 days. And my wife goes, I don't want you talking. I said, I don't give a shit. I'm talking to her.
Mhm.
I want to talk to my father. I talked to the lady. I talked to my father. You could Google my name. She knows everything about my father. I'm talking to him. Things that there's no way. He's apologizing to me about everything. He never healed his trauma. I grew up in organized crime, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's talking to me about everything in his life. She goes like this. Are all your doctors from New York? I said, yes, they are. She goes, yeah, your father sent them there for you. Bro, there was a doctor there. His father-in-law was in the mob. I'm in a town of 25,000 people, brother. There's another doctor there that went to the same college in Staten Island as my wife, Wagner College. I'm in a town of 25,000 people, bro. She baked her favorite rainbow cookies, bro. I say this story all the time because I remember when she baked the cookies for my wife, not even knowing those were her favorite cookies,
Mm.
that God was showing us something, brother. We started to bawl crying because we saw what was really going on. She goes like this, the medium. She goes, this is so divine, all of this. I'm so blessed, brother. I'm so blessed. God is so good. She goes, he keeps telling me about a pendant and a chain and a birthday. The next day, my mom comes in from New York to visit me, and I tell everything that happens. And I said, she knew all of my doctors were from New York, Ma. She's like, Daddy fucking sent them here for me. And she said that the only thing she got wrong was that she keeps telling me about a birthday and a pendant and a chain. My dad's mom died when he was 14, bro. My mom goes, today's your grandmother's birthday. I love you, Dad. And she said, the pendant and chain? I don't even know about this. She goes, your Aunt Dolores gave a pendant of your grandmother to me when he died, and I gave it to your Aunt Camille, who was my dad's sister, and I'm fucking sitting in the bed, bro. And I FaceTime my Aunt Camille, bro, as I'm fighting for my life, and she's wearing the fucking pendant and chain that I don't even know about, brother. So, because I've invested in my recovery over the past 14 years, personal development, God, and service of others, I knew what the fuck was going on at that point, bro. I saw what the fuck is going on. I'm the fucking one in my family to break all the bullshit. I carried it. That's why I fell into addiction, into street life. It was passed down. It's generational, bro, until you become that motherfucker in the family. And that is why God put me through everything that I fucking went through. And I saw that God and my father on the other side, because he's not in that trauma, was helping me to fill this fucking mission for our future generations, to help heal our future generations and the fucking world, bro. So at that moment, when you're at your lowest point, because of God, recovery, personal development, and service of others, I know what I need. I need love, and the only way I'm gonna get love is by fucking giving it. And now I gotta learn how to walk, bro. I'm like, you know why you gotta learn how to walk, bro? I used to bench press fucking 400 pounds, and my 400 pounds was fucking my first step. I started to walk one step, two steps. They put a pump in my chest, brother. I was addicted to opiates. 13 staples, ibuprofen, motherfucker. Let's go. Nothing. I started to walk with this pump in my chest. They said that you might need a heart transplant. I kept eating my eggs. I'm not listening to you, Dr. Hernandez. They put the pump in. Now I start to walk. I got to learn how to walk. You've been in the bed for 9 days. I lost 45 pounds. If I didn't have the muscle I had, I'm dead. That's why it's so important to work out, eat
Yeah.
healthy, take care of your mind, your body, your spirit. It's your currency is your frequency, and your fucking health is your wealth. Period. Everyone chases external and they don't realize if I didn't work out my whole life, I'm dead. I'm not even here. God let me come back. But if I don't work out, I'm dead. I'm not here. So now I'm fucking learning to walk again, bro. And I'm at my lowest, and I start to buy all the nurses breakfast, lunch, dinner. I start to pour into them. Thank you for taking care of me. I know how hard it is. I have a mental health and substance abuse facility. I worked in treatment for 14 years in healthcare. I see the tragedy. I understand the healthcare. I pour into them for taking care of me.
Mhm.
Show them love. Now I start to walk 10 steps at a time because that's the whole world's dizzy. You're starting to learn how to walk again. 10 steps, 100, 1,000, 1 mile, 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 fucking miles in the ICU unit while I'm here in code blue, which means someone else fucking died, bro. And I'm
Mhm.
bringing light in the darkest of fucking times of my life. I served because of the man that I developed for my son, bro, for his future generations. I started to walk 5 miles and they got me a Superman cape, bro. It's documented, bro. It's everywhere. And I started to bring light. They got a picture of me when you walk in the lobby at the hotel today. And I said to myself, it doesn't, why me? Why not me, bro? Why not me?
Mhm.
And whenever we go through the hardest of times, you ask yourself these two questions because it'll change your whole life. And I teach people this. What's the gift in what you're going through and what are you going to become because of it? I started to write a book, bro. It became a bestseller in 3 fucking countries for my son. Because if I were to die, I wanted him and his future generations to know where dad came from, what he did, and how you could fucking do it. That's what the book's about.
Mhm.
It's my memoir, but it also teaches people how to get out of the fucking ditch. You're in a ditch. Who gives a fuck how you're in a ditch? The only focus is getting out of the ditch. I'm in a ditch. Who cares? We're here. Full acceptance, radical acceptance of where you are, bro, and having a vision of where you're going. You ain't paying attention to yourself right now, dog. You just worried about where you're going. I'm not looking at where I'm at. I got tubes all in me, tubes in me everywhere, bro. Having fingers in your butt to poop.
Mhm.
Yeah, nurses, beautiful nurses bathing me. I'm not paying attention to none of this. I'm looking at where I'm going. I'm looking at the comeback. I'm looking at writing this book. I'm looking at what I'm gonna do and serve, bro. I'm looking at building my body back like I have, brother. You can't even tell, bro. 45 years old, 2 years later, let's go.
Mhm.
Nothing stops us when we make those agreements with ourselves. We walk with God. We shut the noise. We cut out all the people that don't serve our higher self. We bring in the people that are going to fucking fulfill the mission with us. And we take massive action daily and shut the noise, rinse and repeat. We embrace abundance, bro. That's what the fuck I did. And then you know what happens? I'm walking 5 miles. They go in. Dr. Hassan says, Mr. Parisi, your heart's dead. You got to get a heart transplant. On top of that, bro, you got to get an arm debridement and then a skin graft surgery. Imagine May 8th, you wake up. That's why you gotta keep your sword sharp in life, bro. You gotta develop a strong mindset, a strong faith. Serve. We're here to evolve, elevate, create, and serve. Whatever happens in the beginning, in between that don't mean shit. That's all it's about. Becoming the greatest version of ourselves and sharing that with the rest of the world, with my son. That's what it's about, bro. In the dark times, still showing up solid. Never victim in life. Never victim in life. So now I need a heart. What do you do with that? God is everything. He's nothing. Step two, bro. I don't go to meetings no more, but I live the 12 steps. God is everything. He's nothing. I turned my will and my life over fucking 14 years ago. It means my life has nothing to do with me no more. I'm the vessel for him to serve through me, others. That's what it's about, bro. Real shit. Real shit. Real deep work, bro. Yeah. Then June 1st comes, bro. And they debride my arm. Now I'm on a heart transplant list. You got to get on a heart transplant list. You talk to a social worker, psychologist. They want to do everything, teeth, blood pressure, because they want to know what you make for how much money you make, because they're not giving out hearts. Only less than 30,000 heart transplants have happened in America in the past 10 years, brother. 0.00018% of people get a
Really?
heart.
Wow.
0.00018 get a heart. Yeah. I was on the list because I died. I was at the top. I had this pump in my chest keeping me alive, and the pump wasn't. What it does is they lower it, and my heart didn't recover. It sees if the heart's gonna recover because the heart's a muscle, so they rest it and they pump it with the pump. But what was going through your head? Am I gonna die from my arm? Now they're gonna debride my
Right.
arm. June 1st. Now I gotta take the pain medication, brother. See, I see the dark and the light. I was born into the dark. I can lead in that shit. I know how to lead in the light, bro. I saw what was happening. There's the yin and the yang of the universe, bro. It's like the test where you're gonna go. You're at your lowest. We're gonna give you the candy that makes you feel good and forget and help your arm. I gotta take it because it's fucking feels like I'm a gasoline fire on my arm when they clean it. They said it's gonna be 6 to 8 weeks because you're O positive. So prepare to be here. Now I'm there 4 weeks. I see my son one time. I put it on the internet. You watch my reels, you see him come running over to me. It's the first time I got to see him. How do you do this? God is everything. He's nothing, bro. That's how I do it. Through faith, through fucking good men in my life, and faith, and good men in my life. So now I get the arm debridement. They say 6 to 8 weeks. It's going to be before you get a heart, Mr. Parisi. So prepare to be here for the whole summer. And they come in the next day, my dude, and they give me a heart in one day.
19-year-old girl, right?
One fucking day. The next day, I get my arm debridement June 1st, June 3rd. I have a heart transplant. And you see on the internet, you see what did I put? I don't care about pain. I'm grateful to feel and be alive, brother. Gratitude, love. These are frequencies that will help you to be abundant, bro, in the worst of fucking times. You always got to count your blessings, brother. You're alive. You're here. You're in the game. You have a vision of where you're going to go, what you're going to do. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I'm doing all of it. Everything that was in here that God gave me, I'm doing.
Mhm.
So then I write the book in the summertime. Last April, check this out. Last April, I help a company. I worked in treatment. Me and Jason worked at the company.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for the cuts. They cut me after 4.5 years of helping the company do well, help tons of people. I brought in so many clients. They thank you for the cuts, guys. You know who you are. Thank you for the cuts. They cut me. So not only am I now recovering from heart transplant, now I lost all of the income. Greed, corporate greed. Thank you for the cuts. God sees it all. And what do you do with that? I still serve.
Yeah.
I still show up as the greatest version of myself. I still serve. It's all documented.
Yeah.
I still serve. No money. Still show up with God all over. Still show up with God all over.
Yeah.
Then in the
Yeah.
summertime, I get the mail, and it's my donor's family. And I talk to Cora, and I talk to
Oh,
Matthew. They're divorced. I love you, Cora. We had a great conversation. I still talk to her. So mom, and Matthew's renewing his vows of 10 years with his with his wife, bro. And the next day, what's the odds? Come on, bro. I know what's going on. You know what's going on, right? What's the odds? And then I go out to Longview, Texas. I got another family out in East Texas. I used to always joke. I'd get on, bro. This is how crazy it is. Any of my AA friends, when I used to do a lot of speaking in AA, I would always, because I live in Texas, I go, yeah, I'm Frank, I'm from East Texas, just to break the ice.
Yeah.
No, I really am. So I go out and I walk his mother-in-law down the aisle, brother. And my fucking donor is a 19-year-old girl. Now she's 21, dude. Callie Bearden, dude. Kaylee Bearden, dog. 19 years old. And her sisters will listen, her dad.
Yeah.
Bro, God is so good. God is so good. I have a relationship with them today. You know, my book became a bestseller around that time. I put myself on the internet.
Yeah.
Jason and me became business partners with Emotion Wellness. I cut out all the bad energy. You get to see who's real when in all of this. Thank you, God, for the new perspective. You see who shows up for you, brother.
Yeah.
I had family that didn't even have not still hasn't called. My godfather never called me.
Yeah.
My dad's brother. See how I'm doing. Like many family, but
Yeah.
that's okay. I don't hold any anger.
Right.
It's lessons. I don't know if family's really family. Like maybe they were here to teach us lessons to get us on the path of what I need to be doing for my family. That because my
Right.
family matters that I made.
Right.
That's the only fucking family that matters is the one that I made.
Yeah.
And everyone else was here to teach me lessons along the way. I had friends that are in my book.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for the cuts. You didn't even buy the book.
Yeah.
It's weird how people are.
Yeah.
But what the good thing is you get to see that and you get to release that energy because it doesn't serve your higher self. And
Right.
then what that does is it makes room for new. So
Right.
like the new was Jason. The new is Dominique Wilkins. He's one of my business partners.
Yeah.
So I cut out guys that didn't buy my book. So now I could be with Darren Prince, my brother, who
Yeah.
found me. He's David Goggins' agent.
Yeah.
He found me on the internet. They promoted me. They put me all over podcasts all over the country. Prince Digital Group. Amazing. Darren came from God. My dad sent him. I'm not delusional. I
Right.
fucking love you, Darren, like a brother to my last breath. I own fucking 5 companies right now. Thank you for the cuts.
Yeah.
Thank you for the lessons. That's the thing, because the mindset. It's not a victim. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
keeping a strong mindset. This is one of my companies too.
Yeah.
Sober Water. Everything that we're stepping into now is purpose driven and mission driven. It's to help society.
Well, I think,
Everything.
it's interesting, Frank, that term abundance is thrown out so much with people of like just kind of using it in jargon, but when you really think of it, it's not just the additions in your life, it's also the stripping away of the things that
You
don't
have
serve
to
you anymore.
audit your circle, bro,
Yeah.
because I learned I've become successful and a lot of people want to hang out with you.
Yeah.
But when the shit hits the fan, like, dude, not to like, let's talk about it, right? Like, I had people I asked bring a meeting to me,
Mhm.
bring a 12-step meeting to me. No one showed up. I had a guy that I got sober with. I asked, bro, can you please stay? Could you stay with me tonight? Because Kathy needs to be with my son. I don't want to die alone. I
Yeah.
had someone stay with me every night, bro. I had people flying in from all over the country. He told me I have to go to an AA thing in Milwaukee. Wouldn't the AA thing be with your man while he's asking you to die? He don't want to die alone, so his wife could be with the son. But those people are no longer in my life. And I have other, like, I hang out with David Goggins. Like, I make room for, like, cool people, like, and that support me. And that's the other thing. Surround yourself with people that see you for you or further down the line.
Right.
Don't, anybody that's around you and ain't sharing you, fuck them.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Goodbye. No. I want Jason to win more than me. He's my business partner.
Yeah.
You're like, he just got a new truck. Fuck yeah, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's win.
Yeah.
That's how I am. I want you to fucking win. That's why I created, I got courses coming out next week, 21-day courses for people to buy, $397. You could work with me one-on-one, you know what I mean? But I want to be able to serve everybody.
Yeah.
It's to give you a whole new perspective on your life. You do the work, the deep work,
Mhm.
fucking environment, traumas, and beliefs. None of it's ours, bro.
Yeah. I love that. There's an interesting thing. I've been thinking about this a lot, Frank. I'd love to get your perspective on this of where success comes from, because I think there's a deep motivation of running away from the person that you don't want to be anymore. But then there's also the motivation of running towards the person that you want to become. And I think it's a challenging one because running away from the person that you don't want to be can be very motivational and drive. But there's less joy that comes from that, and you're always like thinking like, am I going to go back to that old step, versus surrounding yourself with people, like you said, who see a better version of you, who want the best for you, and actually striving towards being that next person. It's a different feeling of that, but there's a joy and abundance sense from that. And as you said, like, you're surrounding yourself with people who, real love is not people who cater back to you and like pat you on the back and say it's going to be okay. They're the ones that want the best for you, want you to keep moving forward and driving towards your mission. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely, brother. And that's the thing. And I teach people that too. It's like, what is your purpose? What's your vision for you? Most people don't know.
Yeah.
They've never sitting down and written a vision for their life, the greatest version of themselves. It's the first thing we do. We're going to sit down and we're going to write what is the greatest version of you.
Mhm.
And then we're going to make agreements with ourselves. We're going to reverse engineer. How does that happen?
Mhm.
Okay. What are the agreements we're going to make with ourselves? Our
Yeah.
non-negotiable daily habits, because our daily habits create our lives. There's another company that I just partnered with called Brain One that is solely based around this. We actually put an emotion wellness protocol into the Brain One app, and you'll also have my coaching program in the Brain One app. We're releasing that soon as well, but it's an AI app that gives you daily protocols to help you in wellness, fitness, mindset. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
My point is that all these things are all here to serve, brother. God is truly using me. I don't give a shit about any of this. I'll
Mhm.
be honest with you. Like, if it was just me, I'd sell everything and just live with my mom.
Right.
Like, I really know God is using me to be able to, like, sober water is to help people. One, and we end plastic. This came to me. I didn't fund this. They came to me, but to help with the mission. This is ending plastic, and the proceeds, a portion of them, is going to building out a sober community in Durango, Colorado, for people that can't afford it or kite off the street. Like, mission driven,
Mhm.
Me and Jason with Emotion Wellness, mental health and substance abuse facility for adolescents and adults,
Yeah.
all innovative, all cutting edge. We're doing things different. Phenomenal. We're helping people.
Yeah.
That's what we do. The Pick'em technology is designed to get people away from gambling, bring the love back into sports. No money in, win prizes. Brain One to elevate people's minds.
Yeah.
Brother, there's gonna be a movie, 2027. I said it here about my life because God wants me. I'm demonstrating His power, so He's gonna continue to bless.
Mhm.
I have to show up in my non-negotiable daily habits because the yin and the yang is always there. Because
100%.
as you elevate, the dark tries to come at you too. So you always got to keep your sword sharp.
Yeah.
No ego involved. I'm the vessel. I'm grateful to be here. This has nothing to do with me. Everything to do with God and the mission that He has for me here. I
Yeah.
think this is my last mission here on earth.
I love it, bro.
I think I've lived here before, brother. Ain't no mission, dog. I have a worry. When I was going through everything, I kept thinking of Jesus, and I'm not even religious.
Yeah.
I fucking Jesus on the cross. I had visions of me being a warrior in other
Mhm.
times. It's more that's going on, brother.
Yeah. You explain five elements in your work and in your book, which is faith, family, health, hustle, and purpose in here.
Absolutely.
What I want to ask you about is, going forward with those five, are there ones that are easier for you throughout the day to keep going? Are there ones that are more challenging for you? And how do you kind of keep this harmony of all five of those elements working together for you of going forward into the workday?
It's non-negotiable daily habits. So like it's simple for me. It's become a working part of my life.
Mhm.
You know, it's like I wake up, it's morning prayer, meditation, intention, journaling, reading, workout, water, healthy meal. Boom, we're winning the day, dude. I'm gonna do some grounding, swimming, and then I'll get into my day, my hustle.
Yeah.
So right there, we've already hit like faith, and my son worked out with me this morning too. So we already hit
Oh,
faith, family. You know what I mean?
how old is he?
I actually have my other business partner come in here right now who does the courses with me. We're hitting hustle today because I work every day. This is
Yeah.
part of hustle and purpose.
Yeah.
And health is dialed in daily. It's not negotiable.
Mhm.
And in my health pillar in my coaching program, I give you all workouts. So it's also a fitness program, but it's all mindset because my body is a reflection of my vision of myself in the bed. So it's all from here.
Mhm.
But you get the diet, you get well, it's lifestyle. I don't teach people diet.
Right.
I don't count macros. I don't do macros. It's good. I can help you with that, but it's non-negotiable. Like you're gonna sit there and weigh everything all the time. I'm not, so it's like fish portions, lean meats, eggs, fruits, vegetables, water, coffee, no sugars, no processed shit, 28 meals a week, 26 are dialed in. You want to fuck around 2 times? Go ahead.
Mhm.
You'll change your body. You
Yeah.
move your body. I give you the workouts. And then when people start to see the body change,
Yeah. Then they got buy-in. Yeah. And then it's
yeah,
momentum. Yeah. Momentum's a
there's
powerful thing.
so much because it's like you're creating something.
Yeah.
You're creating, and that's what you're supposed to do. Evolve, elevate, create, and then serve.
Yeah. One of my great friends, Kerry Campbell, always has the line of standards over expectations, of just raise your standards, not your expectations. And that
Yes.
it's the non-negotiables right there. Like if you hold, because I think there's a difference between self-confidence and self-trust. And I think people who have an issue with success often they don't trust themselves that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. You build that muscle up with non-negotiables. You subconsciously start trusting your own word that when you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it.
You're gonna do it no matter what, bro. I served, and
Yeah.
while I was dying, brother, no joke, I was calling people, asking them how they're doing, guys that were newly sober, and they're like, "Why are you calling me?" I'm like, "Cause this is what we do, bro. I
Yeah.
do this. I am the real deal. I'm not bullshit." And success is not like it's like, yeah, it's cool to have, but everything in the way I view life is my success is like I come home and I'm the same guy. My wife knows who I am. My son knows who I am. My house vibrating with love and stability is success.
Mhm.
Everyone's success is different. It's the teaching that I do to my son is success through me becoming the greatest version of myself daily.
Yeah.
That's success. From that, you'll create external success, but never chase that. Do that work. That work will create the external success, but it ain't about that for me.
Yeah. I love it. I think that's a perfect spot to close out. Frank, brother, I gotta say, like, since I started following the work that you're doing and hearing the journey that you have, you've actually inspired my faith a lot more. I was always a faithful person, but always had some questions about things from it and seeing, I mean, we didn't even get through all this stuff that you went through in your life before all this health shit of going on, but it's enough to any one of the things that have gone through, and you can listen to some great podcasts that you've been on when you really dialed into that. But what you've gone through, I think, they say God's never going to give you more than you can take, but he's also going to show you as many signs as you need to knock you over the head to say, hey, like follow my lead. And from all that time that you had in the hospital, everything from the doctors from New York, from the medium, I mean, it's like it's like, oh, I'm gonna bum rush you with all these things right here so you know exactly what's going on to hear this,
Brother,
man, has been so incredible. So I really
I
appreciate it.
have to I have to say this last thing.
Yeah.
Now I have a social media following, right? Whatever, 40 something thousand followers, right? So and my reels get views and I do what's the odds my niece is with me, right? And what's the odds that she got worked up May 8th for her the day I died for her kidney transplant and like what's the odds I like am a social media guy now and I do a call to action asking people to donate for my niece and like what's the odds that like 20 people like go like get tested and like there's a few matches that's beautiful and what's the odds like my donor's sister went and get tested dude like come on bro like thank you Courtney she wasn't a match but dude thank you Courtney I love you so much
Yeah.
you know like how beautiful is this whole fucking story and like the sadness it makes people feel human
Yeah.
you feel you're human in all this
Yeah.
beautiful, bro. All of it. Even for my son to watch everything get stripped, and I said, "Watch that."
Yeah.
I tell him, "Watch that."
Yeah. That's
You look
amazing.
at my Instagram, bro. From I said, "Watch
Yeah.
the comeback. Watch
Yeah.
the comeback.
Oh, I
Watch
know.
this."
Oh, I've seen it.
I
It's
needed everything to get removed. I like,
yeah.
thank you. You gave me what I needed to keep going. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be doing all I'm doing if they didn't do me the way they did.
Yeah.
Everything, because I think the vaccine did it to me too. But
Yeah.
thank you for that
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean?
Oh, 100. Yeah. So yeah, don't just be grateful for the good times that happen. Be grateful for everything.
No, because
Yeah.
those are the ones that are better, bro. That's the
Yeah.
way you learn the lessons
Yeah.
and
Well,
you see the truth.
you had a quote that I love where you said life doesn't happen to you, it just happens. And I was
That's
like,
right, brother.
that's such a beautiful, simplistic way of like, it's just gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, choose to respond the way they get. Frank, bro, where can people go to check you out, follow your journey, grab your book? Like,
Sure. Yeah,
what's a
yeah.
good
I
way
got a
to?
big following on Instagram. It's at Frank Parisi 2011. We're starting TikTok now. That's at Frank Parisi 2011. LinkedIn, Frank Parisi. Facebook, Frank Parisi. X at Frank Parisi 2011. We're starting on there. We're gonna put out a Embrace Abundance YouTube channel. I also have a podcast with Jason Turner. It's part of our treatment program. We have the same name. It's called the Emotion Wellness Podcast. Click and subscribe. It's on YouTube, Spotify. We have like filmed like 12 amazing episodes. We're going to start releasing them. Amazing guests. It's stories of resilience. It's stories of recovery. It's education. Dude, the guests are like me. I have a lot of guests that like went through a lot of stuff that I went through different. I have athletes, I have entrepreneurs, I have people in recovery, I have celebrities, I have everybody coming on, dude. It's freaking awesome. Um, and then you could find me at frank-parisi.com to get the book, or you could get it on Amazon. And then if you guys want to coach with me, I'm doing a 21-day course that's getting released next week. So whenever this releases the podcast, I don't know. The course will be out. It'll be on my Instagram link. You could click the link if you want to work one-on-one with me. You could DM me, or you could go to frank-parisi.com/coaching. I also do one-on-one coaching.
Beautiful. Awesome. Yeah. And guys, if you want to know more about emotion wellness, go check out the episode I did with Jason Turner, which was unbelievable. Yeah, it's
Dude,
great.
we are revolutionizing mental health, and
It is. You guys are really doing
Jason,
something incredibly
Jason
special.
is just next level mind, and we're a great team. He's like, not even that. He's just like, I'm gonna die. I told him, I said, bro, I sat right out here
Dude, yeah.
with him, with my son, when he came and we had a meeting about me coming in as an equity partner. My son sat in the meeting. Like I make my son sit. So I said, Sonny, now like when I die. Not that I told him that, but like this is getting passed down. Like my wife, you know what I mean? And that's what I love about my Jason. It's like I'm dying with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So,
Yes.
Frank, brother, thank you so much, man. Really
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
brother.
Absolutely.
God
Listeners,
bless, man.
thank you so much. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.